Welcome back to Dark Souls.
I love it. I'm extremely happy with this costume choice.
I thought that was funny myself.
I was not expecting that.
I wasn't either. I recorded this like less than a week ago and I had completely forgotten about it. Also, I accidentally married the Covenant person.
Well, you could have done worse.
They're not looking for romance.
I guess not.
Maybe it's because I was wearing a hand on my head.
Look, if you can't find somebody to accept you for who you are...
Does my hand have 7 fingers?
Maybe that's why they rejected you.
Alright, so over here for the whole game, there's been this option to peer into the past. But it only works after we've killed Osiris.
Okay, we got a new bonfire. That's good, that's good.
This is a place called the Untended Graves.
And is this a place from
While
like
it doesn't
Dark
mean
Souls
much to you
2
because you
or
haven't seen
1?
the first video. I'm sorry?
I was going to ask if this is a place from Dark Souls like 1 or 2 or, one of those.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, do you remember when I said that in the Age of Darkness there is no light?
Mm-hmm. Oh, are we in the Age of Darkness?
This is where you start the game of Dark Souls 3. In fact, there's the coffin we climbed out of at the start of the game. But this is during one of the many Ages of Darkness.
Okay.
Normally, after you kill Osiris in the base game, you have to open up 2 hidden walls behind him, and it drops you off into Untended Graves.
So how long has our character been dead?
Canonically, our character is one of the people who failed to link the fire in Dark Souls 1.
Ah, okay. So, a while?
It's hard to say how many thousands of years it's been. But these enemies are all pretty tough.
Oh yeah, they just look terrible.
You might recognize those Grave Warden assholes from the cathedral.
Mm-hmm. Look at Solaire go, my dog.
We just bought an upgrade for Solaire that doubled his damage.
I'm sure he was pleased as punch.
When he hits something, it really hurts it.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So now Solaire's even more of a beast, and by extension so are the rest of our companions.
Oh, who gives a shit about them? We got Solaire.
Sometimes Solaire walks off the edge and we have to bring out Ferald or somebody else.
Yeah, but Solaire deserves a break.
He got his break. So back here, like at the start of the game, are a couple of those crystal lizard things.
Okay. So this isn't the beginning of Dark Souls 3. This is prior to that. But we just happen to come out.
Yeah, this is in the past, but this is the exact same area. People have done Dark Souls or something called a bloodstain test. Where, say Dark Souls 1, you die, say in the Undead Burg or whatever. You go back to Firelink Shrine and look, you can see your bloodstain off in the distance in the skybox. And that's exactly where your bloodstain is in the real world.
Okay.
And people have done the bloodstain test here in Untended Graves, and the bloodstain is exactly where it was in, the Cemetery of Ash. It's it's the exact same spot. It's just, I guess, in the past.
So I wonder how long this is before our character wakes up, I guess you could say?
My guess would be that it's before the current Age of Fire, the one just before that. There's no definitive answers, because Untended Graves is one of the really big question marks in lore.
And they're never going to explain it either.
No. The best anybody's ever been able to come up with is whatever you think works, works.
Okay.
And this person...
Oh! Well then. Let's try that again without the horrible getting fucked upness. Protect me, gun!
Also, I'm not sure exactly when it happened, but our gun is plus 10 now.
Well, that's good.
The gun is as strong as it can possibly get.
I really thought that sorcerer was going to kill you again.
I did too. Solaire knocked her through the world.
Oh, the first time it was funny to watch you get fucked up. The second time, he's just tired of that shit.
Yeah. These guys right here are exactly as strong as they were at the start of the game.
Oh.
Just have a little bit more health.
Okay, so that's probably not much of a threat then.
No, they're not meant to be threats. The big threats here were the Crystal Lizards, the Grave Wardens, and that Sorcerer. And the boss.
We're at the boss already?
Yeah. This is where the first boss was in Cemetery of Ash.
Oh, I thought you meant we were fighting a boss here.
No, there's no mistaking when we fight the boss. You can see the arena right there to the left.
Ah. I hope it's the first boss of the game again, just stronger.
You're not wrong.
When he was younger and in his prime and he could still go the...
The first boss of the game was a gentleman called Eudex Gundyr. And he was corrupted with... It's called the Pus of Man.
Ew.
Yeah, it's like this really big black blob of sludge and shit. And it was all up in him.
Why are things in this game gotta be gross?
Because welcome to Dark Souls 3. And Solaire... You know it's coming.
He's not. He's gonna go off the edge, isn't he?
Oh yeah. He is no longer there when we walk back up.
He saw something to kill down in the darkness.
He wanted to kill that sorcerer again.
Like, I don't know if she's actually dead. I'm going after her, boys.
Now, this summon sign isn't here in Cemetery of Ash, over here on the right. Just bring Ferald out. That summon sign isn't there, but that's Swordmaster. He helped us fight the first boss, the second boss of the game.
Okay. He's not there. Oh, there he is.
I kind of now wonder if he gets the same upgrades that I gave to the to my summon companions.
That'd be cool.
Alright, so I mentioned the first boss was Eudex Gundyr.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Champion Gundyr. Holy crap.
Yeah, the lore goes that Eudex Gundyr, or Gundyr in general, was like our character here, summoned to like be unkindled ash, to link the flames as my character is supposed to do. But Gundyr never received the Bell of Awakening that my character did. And so he arrived here during the Age of Dark, and there was no quest to go on. So he just kind of stopped right where I'm standing right now. And in the present, he's corrupted by whatever the Pus of Man is.
So he was having a bad... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Ah. So now all these
very
guys...
short boss. Go ahead.
I was going to say, a lot of these guys you killed have, been like air or fire or whatever that means. Is our character here, is she an air or fire too?
I guess so. I don't actually know.
I mean, because it seems like a lot of the ones we've killed like that have been people trying to, that we're going to rekindle the flame or we're involved with it in one way or another. And so now it kind of seems like it would make sense if we were an air or fire, especially if we're going to link the flame, because then that... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think our character is supposed to be an air of fire. But of course, we're now the Lord of Hollows.
But we can't be
So
both.
we're not quite going to link the fire. No. We're going to usurp the flame.
Så. Most ill, fine, and
Now, this is what I've been waiting for. Do you know that ring I've been hyping up?
Mm-hmm.
Now.
We just made it.
Okay.
Boosts vigor, endurance, and vitality by 5 each.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot more than it sounds like.
Yeah, that's 5 levels in each. That ring right there is 15 free levels. That's 5 levels we don't have to put in those anymore.
Ooh. Alright.
With enough primordial fragments like we have, you can actually upgrade it to +5. To the point where it is 120 free levels.
How many primordial fragments do we have?
We have at least 2 right now, but I'm saving those because I want to max out the next gun when we get it.
Hmm.
And it's actually not that far away. Not sure what I'm looking for. I think I'm looking for primordial fragments.
I'm just gonna assume you don't know what the hell you're doing.
Generally, if I'm in my inventory, I'm lost. But yeah, that ring is 15 free levels at the cost of taking slightly more damage from attacks. I think that's a worthwhile trade-off, don't you?
Oh, hell yeah. Well, because at first I was looking at him like, okay, it's a boost of 5 to a stat. That's not... Oh, wait, there's Dark Souls.
It's a boost of 5 to 3 stats, yeah. Something you may not have noticed is that Untended Graves is also on the same warp menu as Firelink Shrine.
So, are we going to wind up in Firelink Shrine in the past?
It just goes to show that we really are in the past. And that's a Black Knight. There are a lot of Black Knights between us and what is supposed to be Firelink up there.
Yeah, my man.
Solaire did more damage than we did.
Oh, he's dope like that, son.
Solaire is the man.
Yeah, so, are we going to the Firelink Shrine?
We're heading up that way, but I'm trying to cover as much ground as possible, because there's stuff to find out here.
So now, when we do reach it, are any of the people we currently know to be there, are they going to be there?
Yes?
Don't sound too sure about your answer. I might get the wrong idea.
There are people we know to be in Firelink that are currently there, yes.
I don't like the sound of that.
Bear in mind, this is during the Age of Darkness. Shit's fucked up.
I was just thinking, I'm like, well, it's people we know, but they might not be in the best of moods.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You'll see here in just in a few minutes.
Although with the way like Hallowing and Undead and all that shit works here, I suppose we can kill him and it'd be okay. He's dead, Larry. He's dead. You don't need to beat him around the steps.
There are Black Knights up on top of Firelink Shrine, but I cannot shoot them from here because I can't see them. And you can hear them tromping around.
I know, I was wondering what that was because I could hear ka-thunk, ka-thunk, ka-pump.
That's like 3 or 4 Black Knights just patrolling.
You could take them.
Yeah, easily. I have a gun, they don't. There is some nice stuff here in the Age of Darkness.
See, what you should have done is you should leave it there, leave it in its treasure chest, travel back to the future, then go open the chest to get an upgraded item.
Nah, this ain't Chrono Trigger. Now, by coming here, we can actually... By the way, Cast Blade's a really strong katana.
Now, if you just turn it into a gun somehow...
By coming here, we can actually start the path to a third ending.
Which you'll be showing in its entirety, correct?
No. I'm doing the hard-to-get ending, not the backup ending.
Are there 2 thumbs on that hand?
There might be.
I think there's 6 fingers and 2 thumbs. What the hell did that hand come off of?
You remember that giant hand hippo?
Yeah. Okay.
That...
I'd get you a game of patty cake from hell with that thing. I don't know, I'm more concerned about the little barnacles inside of it.
I think those are skulls.
Oh, well, that's so much better.
I don't think he can reach us.
I think he kind of realized that, and he just stood there, like, frozen, like, well, I guess I'll just get shot to death.
You're supposed to come down and fight me in an honorable duel.
I have a gun, this is honorable. That's why it's the Crestfallen Knight.
Alright, so we've been all around the outside. Let's head in. That should give you some idea of what we're going to find in here.
Very angry person. Blacksmith's Nightmare.
So our second spouse is not up here.
You really should probably go ahead and get a divorce, alright? It's not that bad, believe me.
Who would I marry then?
Someone you wanted to that you didn't accidentally propose to?
I'll marry the Firekeeper.
Yeah, why not? Go marry the blind chick with the spells. She seems nice.
Carla?
Yeah.
Oh no, you mean the, you mean Arena.
Yeah, not Carla. No, she seems like she'd be not very nice.
Yeah, I'll marry Arena, okay.
I mean, plus Arena's blind, so you don't have to worry about how you look. I mean, of course, with the giant hand thing, you gotta do like that thing from Mask, you know, where like she's feeling Rocky Dennis's face. No? Like, I'm sorry, I'm hideous. You're beautiful. I mean, alternatively, otherwise she's gonna think you're like...
I'm probably going to cut that out. Thankfully for us, this tower is locked off.
Yeah, thankfully? What's wrong with this tower?
Because otherwise we'd have to do a jumping puzzle to get some stuff in the tower.
Oh, God. I don't want... No, jumping puzzle and no. Not Dark Souls, no. Jump down there.
I didn't go back in the back of that. I don't know where Solaire went. He was hanging around for a while.
I just assume when Solaire's not in sight, he's just off kicking the shit out of something.
Probably a wall.
Hey, that wall was up to something. You can't prove it wasn't.
It's not anymore. He needs adult supervision. We're the best he's got.
Solaire, try not to kill anything that doesn't deserve it. Whoof! Well, too late.
Even the crows aren't there now.
Well, that seems ominous.
The crows are the trading crows.
Oh, that is ominous then.
And there goes the Black Knight. I was going to fight him, but he decided he didn't want to be fought.
I mean, to be fair, you walked up, put 2 bullets in the back of his head. I would run away if I could, too.
Bulwark shield.
Alright, do you have any idea where you're going?
Yeah, right now I'm just kind of going for the top down.
Oh, okay.
More or less retracing the steps I took in the first video.
Oh, I see the big chair that our buddy hangs out in over... Or I did see it. It's kind of obscured now, but...
It's way down there, yeah. Normally in vanilla Dark Souls 3, there is a chest up here that you can only open when you come here in Untended Graves. But because we had the master key, we could unlock it from the start.
Oh, is there anything different in it now than there was then?
No, it always has just an Estus Flask shard.
Well, that's still a good treasure no matter what part of the game you're in, I would think.
Too bad we can't use anymore. And I guess we could go back to the start of the area.
Go further into the past! Like I was in the Age of Flame, then I was into the Age of Darkness, Age of Flame, now I'm in the Age of Jellyfish, I don't know what's happening.
We're in the 80s. Now that's a really good find. The coiled sword fragment is an infinite use homeward bone.
Oh, that is good. What does a homeward bone do?
Takes you back to the last bonfire you rested at, or the shrine bonfire.
Okay, that is a good thing.
Very handy. I will be making good use of that. And there's the first friend.
Well, fancy that. A lost lamb wandereth in, with nary a peep from the bell. Well, thou shouldst my purpose know. What can this old handmaid provide thee?
She knows us in the future, but she doesn't know us in the past. But if you can go through the entire game without talking to the Shrine Handmaid, and talk to her for the first time here in Untended Graves, when you go back to Firelink, she will recognize you.
'Tis dark.
How the hell do you find something like that out?
But remember,
I don't know.
prayers are known to fade in quiet. Or perhaps that...
It's impressive, and I've wanted to show it off in New Game Plus runs, but I just never have cared enough to pull it off.
To skirt hat is all like... Best not.
Marry her, she seems nice.
She eats ashes. Poop.
You know what? Get her to brush her teeth, then marry her.
And this is a hollowed version of Andre,
Oh!
dressed like the Smelter Demon.
I'm sure he'd be much more threatening if we didn't have a gun.
Yeah, probably. Fuck that.
Can we shoot the hammer out of our gun?
No, unfortunately not. We're not that cool.
I hate this fucking game.
Now, there's no other Cinders NPCs here, with one weird exception.
Patches.
Nope, not Patches. Who knows where Patches is in this past?
Probably in one of those graves back there.
Probably.
Okay, let's see.
Way over here,
Carla.
it's an NPC I've almost never talked to, but there's this rat that has a covenant. The rat is here, but you can't talk to or interact with him.
Just hanging out then.
Now, where Irina normally is a wall.
Yeah!
And that's a dead firekeeper.
And you rip the eyes out of their head. Alright, you sick fuck.
Firekeepers aren't supposed to have eyes. They are specifically cut out of their heads so they can't see the awful truth of the world.
What, like they're not going to discover it any other way?
If they can't see, they can't see.
What, nobody's going to tell them about it?
Oh. If we wanted to pursue the usurpation of fire ending, which I'm not doing, you could give the firekeeper, the eyes of her predecessor. And she would help you usurp the Age of Fire at the very end of the game.
And what does that lead to?
You usurp the Age of Fire to invite in the Age of Darkness.
Oh. There's not really any good endings to this game, are there?
No, it's Dark Souls. Well, there's Carla. I thought about this for a second.
Oh, I know. I'll...
Well, I thought you weren't supposed to give her those. Thought she was supposed to get the other ones.
I can give her those, but that's one of the tomes that would have corrupted Irina.
Oh, right, the Divine Tomes corrupt her. That's right.
The Divine Tomes don't corrupt her. That was a Londor tome. Londor is known for the Abyss, specifically.
Yeah, thank God you don't have me making decisions here. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I'm reminded of that video that's popped up on my YouTube feed. Non-Isaac players make all the choices in a run.
Oh, God, no.
Just got a picture of one of the game-winning items and it says, "Never take this."
Oh, you're a fine sorcerer. You should have something to go on.
That sounds cool.
Orbeck is a cool guy.
A cipher. With this, you can... It's a very old one that you... I don't...
Slumbering Dragon Crest Ring in some way makes sorceries better. I don't know exactly what it does.
I am. He'd fear the home of undoubted, but who? Do not be what?
Alright, well, that's enough of that.
That was Untended Graves.
That was kind of a neat area.
It was kind of weird seeing Firelink all darkened and shit.
Like, I think it's a pretty cool concept.
And I really like this. I still wish that Cinders did it, where you could just stumble into it by blowing open 2 hidden walls behind a boss fight, an optional boss fight.
Any idea why they changed that? Other than they could?
The area now where the walls should be now is a shortcut to Archdragon Peak.
Oh.
Because Osiris was trying to take the power of dragons for himself, so it makes more sense lore-wise, I guess, to have an easy way to go to where the dragons are. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I suppose it does. I don't know, occasionally it seems like some of the changes Cinders have made from the way you talk about them sounds like they were changes just for the sake of changes.
Yeah. Like, in the vanilla game, it was just, you kill Osiris, you walk behind his boss room, and you're immediately put into the Age of Darkness and Untended Graves, the Cemetery of Ash.
Right.
And so it leaves all kinds of questions like, well, to leave Firelink, you always have to warp out. Are you warping into the past?
Well, now I believe that's what they call a good question. But then that would put Firelink, far into the future. So is the end of the Age of Fire only at that Firelink shrine? And then when you're traveling to the past, you could actually just ditch everything and probably be a little better off.
Maybe, but here's the other thing. After we killed the third Lord of Cinder, the sky is fucked up now. It's like burning red, and there's a giant fucking dark sign in the sky.
Well, we don't make anything better, do we?
No, there's no sun, there's a dark sign.
Are there any regular people alive in this world?
No, I don't think anymore. There might have been in Dark Souls 1 and 2, but it's hard to tell anymore. Basically have to assume everyone you meet is some degree of undead or hollowed.
Oh boy, that's dumb. There's no option just to, destroy the planet and start over somewhere else?
No, unfortunately not.
And maybe in Dark Souls 4.
On the upside, we're going to an area where you can't see how fucked up things are. It's an area we've seen very distantly off every time we've been able to look at the skyline.
Oh, Hailfire Peak, no.
Close enough.
I know the name
It's
of this.
Archdragon Peak.
Yes, thank you. What is Hailfire Peak from?
Banjo-Tooie.
I was way off.
Archdragon Peak is somewhere I actually pointed out in the Irithyll dungeon video.
Yep,
Because we came out to that.
I remember that. I do remember that. That's why I thought I knew the name of it, but I was, it's a little incorrect.
And normally, behind Osiris's boss room is where you get the Path of the Dragon gesture. It's where you can basically sit down, legs folded, you just kind of sit there for a few minutes. If you use Path of the Dragon, where I pointed out specifically Archdragon Peak and Irithyll Dungeon, you will get warped to Archdragon Peak.
So that's where we're going for the next 2 videos?
Next 2 videos, yes.
Are we going to meet a dragon?
I guarantee we will meet a dragon within the first 5 minutes of starting the video.
Alright, and that means we're going to kill a dragon.
Oh yeah.
Because I just assume everything we meet in this game, at some point or another, we're going to wind up killing it.
That's a pretty good assumption.
And I mean everything we met, from Carla and Larry the blacksmith, or whatever his name is. Everyone's going to die.
Andre.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we technically killed Andre in this video, so I guess you're not wrong.
Yeah, see? And we could have killed Carla.
I don't want to kill Carla.
But we could have. And then by the end of the game, when we link the flames and make a new sun or whatever we're doing, we'll kill everybody.
Yeah, something like that.
See, I got the
See you
plot. I
next
know
time,
what's going
folks.
on. Have a good night, everyone.